Hey everybody, welcome to episode 18 of Building with Sand. It's Friday, January 18th, 2013. And I think where we left off last time is we were still working on the facade, and now we have some new things. I'll get this in a second. First of all, I was expecting to have a lot more color in this mural. Turns out I have a whole lot of black, but I like where it's going. You know, I figured that these desert people would have certain kind of iconography in their, lore or mythology or religion, anything like that. So we have a spider, a Enderman, which I've yet to complete. I have this blank spot. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It's even on both sides, so I might do something across it, which would be cool. We have a creeper, of course, and here is a iron golem with a rose, and then we have the wither. So it's actually turning out a lot better than I expected, and just not much more I have to do. Gotta fill in that Enderman, and I may or may not have enough wool to finish that off. We'll get to that in a second. This right here, one of a YouTuber who goes by the name of Pie is Too Cool sent this over to me. He did it in this configuration. It looks kind of like a creeper face, and although I did it like this with the bigger holes, and I think it looks a little better. There is some big dark place really close by to here, probably right underneath us, but I think it looks a little better with the full squares open for the eyes. I think I'll try to... I'm definitely going to put this somewhere in the city, and maybe a few places if I can fit it in anywhere. But yeah, I think it worked out pretty well, especially if something is put behind it. So if I can find places that fit that, I'm definitely going to stick it in. So let's fill up this Enderman, and I have a couple things I want to maybe go look at during this episode. Oops. So there we go, the Enderman is done. I try to go for like really simple shapes and colors. Just kind of the pure symbology of the creatures. I had a lot of space for the creeper face, so I did this so I could get two colors. I really like the way it came out. I wasn't really sure if the mirror kind of thing was going to work out, but I like it. And the wither too. I think actually the iron golem came out the best, but I still have to figure out what I want to put here. I might just come up with a symbol or something, kind of like over on the museum, something like that. If anybody has any ideas, something that would look cool, maybe that would work out, put it there. I did some work over here in the back of this. Not a whole lot, just kind of filled in a little bit. I wasn't sure how tall I want the base of this building, so I did it this high first, 5, and then I did 5 more. And I think what I'm going to do is it'll be flat here and then go around up to a tower, and then in probably this size actually, and then probably about 10 or 20 blocks up, and then make it smaller again until we get high. It has to be high enough to go over the top of the mountain and this wall, so that's something I'm going to work on eventually. Kind of running out of blocks over here. Let's go get some more sandstone. But I do want to go take a look over at the fort, there's something to show everybody. I'm still slowly working, putting in this road. I just need to go get some ice and I haven't got around to it. So I don't think there's been a whole lot going on with me since the last episode. The last few days I've been just doing the same kind of stuff I generally do, play video games and make YouTube videos and work on my many different hobbies. Still need to get some saddles. So the mess hall is complete and I think it looks really awesome. My wife came through here and did it up and I really like how it came out. I think the spruce, or it's not spruce, I can't think of what kind of wood it is. It's not zebra wood, that's what some people call it. The light wood looks really well. It looks really good in here. I didn't use it anywhere else in the fort. A little kitchen, complete with food and the book cabinet, or the cookbooks and all this stuff, and a faucet. So yeah, this came out really well, and I'd say the fort now is pretty much at 98.5% done. I still have to fill in some chests, and really that's it. Yeah, I need to get a name for this place. I still haven't come up with one. If anybody has any ideas, let me know. So one thing I wanted to work on is I wanted to build an obelisk. One of many that will be in the city. I really like how from way over here you can see the wall. I think that adds a lot. But I want to have a few obelisks in the city and make them locations where we can have beacons. But kind of need to get around to actually getting some wither skulls so I can fight the wither again and get some more beacons. But here it turned out to be one really good spot for one. And I'm not super sure what I want it to look like. I was going to actually create one of these in creative and show you guys after we got done with it, and then I kind of forgot about it. But it's going to have to be kind of big. Bigger than that. I already forgot how tall I was. So recently I've been playing this new video game. Kind of new. It's actually a Japanese game. It's called Mobile Suit Gundam Online, if anybody knows what I'm talking about. It's currently all in Japanese and probably will always be all in Japanese because Bandai has a really terrible track record for localizing video games outside of Asia. So unfortunately it will probably never see the light of day here in the US, much like many other Gundam related video games. I don't think I've talked about it at all before, but I'm really, I guess, big into Gundam stuff. For those who don't know, it's a series of it's a series that was created in like the 70s, starting with Mobile Suit Gundam, and has since spread to lots of different other different media. And I might have made this a little too high. This was kind of going. It's spread to a lot of different media, and now it's got a whole lot of different facets to it, and there's different groups of series. The original one was called Universal Century, and what it is what Gundam is a series of it's about politics of people in space and on Earth, and they end up fighting, and for some reason or another they all use giant robots to fight each other. So it was one of the old school giant robot kind of TV shows, and definitely one of the more popular. So right here it's at 25 high, and then if I put it on the top, it'll be 26. Maybe it's too high, because you cannot tell that it is actually tapered at the top, that it's so high. Probably want to take it down to 3/4 of that. That'll probably work out. So yeah, I'm really big into Gundam, and it's kind of because I do, when I was in late high school, or middle of high school actually, I've always been into doing scale models, but there's a subset of scale modeling called Gunpla, which has to do with giant robots, pretty much, and stuff related originally to Bandai, kits created by Bandai, but it's kind of expanded since then to other series. But so it's basically anything that's just like giant robot related model kits, and so I make those in my spare time, which I have much. And yeah, I really wish I could make that little. That might be okay. We'll see. So I make a lot of these model kits, and sorry, I was counting, and do all that. I have a bunch of them up on my Flickr page, which is flickr.com/Falchion. If anybody wants to see them. But I do those. I do some custom work on them. I'm not very good at it, but I enjoy doing it. That's still too high for to tell that it's tapered, unfortunately. I have to take it down another 5 blocks, which is going to make it seem really short, but what can you do? Okay, maybe that looks better now. It's super hard to tell that it's in fact kind of supposed to be pointy at the top. Maybe if I put a half slab up there, it'll assist. But there's not a whole lot I can do to make it look like I want it to, fortunately, since I can't make tapered walls. The thing is, I don't think, see, if I put that there, I'm pretty sure a beacon won't go through it. Which is unfortunate. I need to test that out. But it's, for the meantime, until a beacon gets stuck in there, that's what it's going to look like. Now, there was something I did want to do. And that was to kind of decorate this a little bit. You jerk! Go away! This is why I need to have a city wall up, for these jerks come around shooting me off my perch. I think I need about 1 or 2 more. And I think we're good. So it kind of breaks up the monotony of the obelisk, and it well, that's all it does. Really. I wish I could make it look more tapered, but I can't do that without it being much larger. From a distance you can kind of tell what it is, but when you're too low it's hard. It just looks like a very large pillar to me, unfortunately. But I think it's the best we're going to do, and it's kind of a deserty thing that I want more of, and definitely going to have to try to find some way of increasing quality of it. I mean, from far enough away it looks okay. And it'll look a lot better once I have some more beacons going up. Kind of the light coming out from there, that will solve the problem of its weirdness, I think. But we got some more a few more minutes, and I'm not sure what we should work on. I really have no idea what I want to put over here on this center wall. And I don't think I come up with very creative things under pressure, so we're not going to work on that. Maybe this tower over here. If I have enough, do you have enough sandstone? Yeah. Eventually there's actually going to be the pool that goes in here. I always forget. All the other parts of this build I've kind of taken over, and I forgot that the whole purpose of this was just to put a pool in. Which will be fairly simple. You know, maybe I just hold out a while and actually just keep working and wait until marble blocks come out, and then I could put a marble pool in, and that might look awesome. That'll definitely look awesome. So we'll see about that. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, so I was talking about some Gundam stuff, which seems to be I don't know. I don't know why I like it so much. I kind of just do. There's a... I don't think I even liked it. Well, I say growing up, I didn't even get into it until probably. Well, let's see. I got into anime when I was in middle school, and I lost interest in that though in college, but there used to be Toonami on a Cartoon Network, and they would show some of the different Gundam series, like Gundam Wing and the original, and also like G Gundam, and I don't know, I like Universal Century the most, and I like the suits, the mobile suits from that. And those are the kind of models I build. They tend to be more militaristic than some of the different series where you have stuff like Gundam Wing, where the the main Gundam was had angel wing. Well, later on had angel wings, but it was like a bird. And G Gundam, which is awesome, but it's all about mobile fighters, like guys doing martial arts and their Gundams, and I don't know, because you had side stories in the original Universal Century, like 8th MS Team, which was supposed to be from like the soldier's perspective down in the, you know, the dirt and grime of the people who had to fight out the war. I am out of blocks already. I don't know if I like this tower shape, but I think I'm gonna stick with it. I gotta figure out like a staircase that probably like a spiral staircase that goes up to top. Some kind of wood. And then something on the second floor. This is actually a really big building for a watchtower. It's almost like a temple. Maybe that's what it should be, just be a temple that was converted into having a watchtower. Kind of like how a mosque has all those little towers on top. The word escapes me. I think it starts with a P. No, a minaret, but I think that's something different. So I don't know. Don't call me on that one. Now I'm out of blocks. I have entirely too many hobbies, and sometimes it's hard for me to keep track of all of them. There was a period in my life where every summer for a few years I was trying to learn a new skill, or just a new hobby, like undertaking a new hobby that was something to do. Everything from woodworking to oil painting and learning languages like Russian and which I can't really speak, and learning to sew and tailor stuff, and I've actually gotten into a lot of that again ever since I got out of the military, and trying to put it to good use, different skill sets. And they're mostly just hobbies and things for me to do that I enjoy. But it's good to know how to do many different things. So here's a sneak peek over there of where I live and where I am not going to show you much more of on camera. But so let's get down from here. Take a look back. So I have this wall and I have this tower, and what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to put up some kind of support structure between the wall and the tower, like it's holding it up, and I might do some more work back here to hide some of this stuff and to make it look like at least the wall is has some kind of support structure to it, keeping it up if I have to. But let's see. You know, this tower, probably, once I get to the same height as the wall here, I'll flatten it off and then maybe put some platform up. But then I'm going to make a smaller tower that goes up. Similar, probably twice as, probably this height again. Maybe higher than that, I don't know. So I should make it high as this mountain, or higher than this mountain, which would be pretty high. And at least overlooking everything. So I'm probably going to work on that off camera for the next episode, since I have most of this done already. And then we can start working on the pool. You know, I'm thinking of just like filling in or digging out the pool and putting it in with sandstone, but then once we get marble or quartz blocks, replacing it with the quartz and seeing if it looks better, which I'm sure it will. I think a nice quartz swimming pool will look really awesome. So, and that's something too I need to look up, is kind of what shape I want to go for. Or a long Olympic swimming pool. I have a lot of space, but I I don't want it to go too much further than the edge of the wall over here. I'm not entirely sure. So, going to have a wall that goes out that way and then cuts across, of course, for the outline of the desert. And I don't know what I'm going to have over here. Something. I don't want the pool to be so big that I just have this giant pool of water and it's taking up prime real estate. So I'm really thinking about building a ziggurat in the city somewhere, and that's like 60 some. I'm thinking something about the size of 60 by 40 blocks, which is somewhat bigger than the fort. So I need a lot of space for that. I do have the space way up in the north side of the city. It's just whether or not I want to reserve that space for that or not, because there's a lot of things we can build. But the way I'm looking at it right now, I have plenty of space for library and school and stuff. I do want it to be a very big library. I should research the Library of Alexandria and see if there's any sort of idea what it looked like. See, that'll look good when I have a beacon coming out of it. That's something I need to do, is give me some more wither skulls. So, thanks for watching, everybody. That's the end of this episode. We're making progress. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it to me, but we are. And things are getting built, even though I'm not doing a lot of it on camera, just because there's a lot of, I don't know, I don't want to bore people. Things like this, you don't need, me to do a build episode of how things go together, because it's pretty obvious. It's just like pixel art. I mean, I did show you how I did this facade over here, and it's basically the same thing. Nothing complicated. So we are doing well, I think. Eventually this public pool will not be under construction, and it'll be nice and done. If anyone has an idea how to make a cool looking hot tub, you let me know, because I want to figure that one out. Maybe if I fill a hole with glass and then lava underneath it, who knows. We'll see. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. I'll see you next time.